corrupt system in Nigeria. No matter which political party or group or any name they give to themselves, pro-Nigeria, they have one thing in common: turn by turn Nigeria Limited. And if you look very, very closely, if you believe in them, what you are doing is that you are gambling with your own precious life and future. And so many people have been unfortunate, and many are still going to be unfortunate. So on MaiyegunsDiary Politico, that I personally, in my own personal view, after reviewing everything that we have come to know in Nigeria and its politics and policies, we have come clean to say, or should I say, I personally have come clean to say, if you care about progress, if you care about future, if you care about this life generally, and if you love Nigeria, you are never going to oppose, right, to the advocacy for a mutual, peaceful dissolution of an arrangement that has no single consent of any part of Nigeria. Now, remember that always. I may not have the influence to make you do that now, but I am going to continue to show to you that those you probably will build your confidence on, whether in PDP, APC, Labour, or wherever you found them, you are gambling with this one precious life that you come to. Nigeria is already there as a threat, and every player within have been, involved in denying us that, or depriving us that one singular opportunity to live as human beings. So on MaiyegunsDiary Politico, if I batch APC, Egbe, I have told you, it is because whatever we are seeing right now in Nigeria, the division, the disunity, right, the poverty, the corruption, everything you are seeing right now in Nigeria, those who made them kind of grower is no other than the APC, Egbe. And the only people responsible who could stop it, if they really want to, genuinely now, they are the only ones who can. Until maybe tomorrow, you have another person there, then they have to carry the wahala on their head. But as it is today, you don't blame people who have no chance of making any difference in your life after choosing the rogues, the devils, that feed or drink your blood. Do you get what I mean? That is why I mostly, criticize them, open them up, so that there is no way they can disguise in the future to this new angel, as many of you from generation to generation continue to suffer from what is called the Stockholm syndrome. So my effort is to keep reminding you their roles at what they did at when and how, so that you probably will one day be like me. Stop giving them the lifeline, talking on their behalf, defending them, only to end up as the victim of their greed, selfishness, incompetence, and corruption. So that's what I do. Now, I have told you, I said that I am bashing them or talking more about them does not spare you, a follower or defender of people deceiving people, the irredeemable people destroying people. They are no better. I've said that many times. So if I talk about APC, Egbe, and you are doing KKK because you feel like you are somewhere safer, pro-Nigeria, one Nigerian, Abi? No, you are not. People destroying people, share the money. Ladies and gentlemen, or more, they haven't changed you. Do you know what happened? Or should we start from what scattered them now, or scattering them now? Money. Money. What scattered them in 2015? Money. Greed. Put it that way. In 2015, they were sharing money. You see that Abati that is now in our eyes, yeah? He was the spokesperson for Goodluck Jonathan, you remember? He got locked up when this Bokwari APC Egbekegbe came in. Do you know why? He collected 500 million naira for snacks for journalists. They call it journalist pally for Jonathan. How much to organize journalist pally for Jonathan? 500 million naira. That's how much he got. Femi Foni Kayode, who came back to just be a rabid dog, you know, as they hired him for Tifnumbu right now. He himself, he got over 3 billion. You know, he was arrested too, and they are still having that on Abi. Share the money. Obanikoro, you remember Obanikoro? He got his own share. And that was it. Now, just now that they are preparing themselves as your savior too. Now, money costs wahala. It all started from their convention. Because primarily, listen, in Nigeria, they will tell you, poor people should not be involved in leadership or politics. A sort of effed up system that this bunch of criminals are proud of. Anyway, you want to come and serve the people. But before you serve from nomination form, in Nigeria, you have to cough out millions of naira. So in the process, people destroying people, they made almost 15 billion naira selling forms to people who want to come and change your lives. People who want to come and serve you. So when they got the money, that wasn't all. Werewike said a day before their convention, when Atifku's dollar arrived, they were sharing $50,000 to delegates. But that's for delegates. As for the hierarchy, top hierarchy, ladies and gentlemen, the chairman collected 1 billion. That's what Werewike said. So it didn't take long. They said, oh, it's one of those tantrum of Wike. Remember? Oh, he's just throwing tantrum, blah, 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 blah. A week, or should I say few days, after Werewike met Tifnumbu in London, then the scandal broke. From the money they made, according to them, from the money they made from sales of form, they started sharing the money into the accounts of their own National Working Committee. Although you'll be asking, Maiyegun, what about APC, Egbekegbe, that made 27 billion naira from selling forms to those who wants to come and change your lives? 27 billion. What happened to the money? We'll come back to that. Let's talk about this scandal first. After everybody got paid, bribed here and there, played themselves out, and they played Werewike, he just let the cat out of the bag. Now, so everybody started talking. Oh, my brothers and sisters, they shared 15 billion naira. And as you are saying, as all of you are tearing yourselves apart, you are a madman. You are a IPOB. Oh, you are a OPC. You are a this and that, tearing yourself apart because of these criminal groups that some of you belong to. Are you with me? The real people, the real rogues, they are cashing out up there, starting from delegates. Even though they are coming back to some of you to give you 1,000 naira, 2,000 naira, to give up your future as usual, Abi. But the delegates, they are collecting thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars. The party hierarchy. Now, so accident alert they happen. Oh, let me show you a few of them who started returning the money they received and how they described their own share. See this one, Hang on, no. Let me see if I can take this off. Yeah. Now, yesterday, this came from a man called Dan Hobby. The man from this Edo, I think he's from Edo. Yeah. My attention, listen, read this. Oh. My attention has been drawn to a damaging trending story reported in the Nation newspaper by Yusuf Ali on September 26th, titled Disquiet in PDP National Working Committee over 10 billion naira nomination fees. Among several other allegations, he alleged that members of the NWC were offered 28 million naira to gloss over scandalous financial misappropriation. To my shock and surprise, it has been confirmed to me by my bank that the sum of 28 million naira has been credited to my account by the party. I hereby notify you of my decision to pay back the money to the party's account. Hang on, no. Now, after Wike met Tifnumbu in London and told them that, see, I have information, we can, you know, that stuff, right? So the information they shared was that, let's start with these people. Ayu is so corrupt. I have evidence. Now then, this was, I mean, when was this done? When was their convention? Convention done about 3 months ago or so, Abi. Dan Obi just discovered after reading the Nation newspaper that, so my bank just told me now that I got 28 million naira in my bank. These guys must be so rich. Their 28 million naira probably look like a 28 naira. And they didn't notice. Maybe just bank charges. They'll feel like, oh, it's just 28 naira bank charges. Right? You believe that? Wait for the next one. Here is another one who got share of the 10 billion naira PDP money. They haven't come to power, okay? Just make the money, share the money. Tadami, you know, gamble your future in the hands of rogues who are career criminals because they promise you that they are now different. They want to rescue Nigeria. Here is another one. It says, this one is from National Chairman, Southwest, Adagun Odo. This one is from Oshun. I know this man. Please be informed that the said payment has become a subject of media story and carried with bad intentions by them. I hereby inform you of the refund of the sum of 28 million naira back to PDP, blah, 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 blah. The receipt of the payment back to the account is attached. So this one, because we got our money, which level now? Why the whole thing can't become story for media? No be PDP money. Okay, I don't refund my own. So that one got sent his own back as well. You know him. Here is another one. Make the money, share the money. You get that? This one is a national treasurer, I think. Oh, no, this one addressed his letter to national treasurer. Let's go figure out his name. Aha, this one is Professor Stella. So this one is a long shot, okay? She got 28.8 million. That's how much she got, and she refunded that back too from the PDP money, right? Here is another one. This one, I think this one is Southwest also Arakpaja also. Let me see. Give me a sec. Yeah, this is the Arakpaja's own. So for Arakpaja, his own story is also similar to Dan Obi. Okay, return of 30. He got more than the rest. Return of 36 million naira. Housing, he said, is an housing allowance paid into my account. Or more housing allowance. Hey, oh boy, 28 million. Okay. I observed a malicious story reported in the Nation newspaper of 26th of September, where it was alleged that members of the National Working Committee were offered humongous amount of money to silence us over an allegation of financial misappropriation in the true of 15 billion naira. Okay. So this led me to browse through my various alerts, and I discovered a transfer of 36 million naira from the party. Normal, it no suppose concern you, concern us. But the way it concern you and concern every one of us is what I'm going to tell you now. Okay. Nigeria is a rigged system intentionally. And if you look at the ingredients that has contributed or that have contributed to this old stalemate, this deadlock that we have found ourselves, this division that you are witnessing today, this poverty and every other thing, every other vice that you probably have on Nigeria, the ingredients to them are not far-fetched. Okay? So let us start from the process of even choosing those who will decide or determine which direction you should be taking as a people, as a country, leadership, so to say, starting from the remotest, from the smallest, from the rung of the ladder. I'm talking about the ones closer to you. When you look at the political process that produces all these criminals, the level of greed and desperation, taxation, and so many other things that they have brought into it through godfatherism, so to say, then you will realize that praying for Nigeria to get better, or telling yourself that you are doing you are patriotic and you are working to make Nigeria better, is no other thing than an illusion or a lie. Let's break it down. In Nigeria, okay, if you want to become ordinary councillor, council lawmaker, a council rep, yeah, or your own street rep, so to say, the process starts like this. The party itself is formed like a court, whereby those who make up their excos are mostly handpicked by other senior political kind of a person. So that one will be their leader at the local government level. So at the ward level, they handpick people that will do their bidding. And you see all these people picked from everywhere across Nigeria. It is the same rule in every political criminal group that they call themselves as it is, right? To swindle you, to squeeze you, because according to them, once you get there, right, you're probably going to make more than what they are demanding from you. So in the process, you start the effort of satisfying their greed first, even if you have to steal. They don't care. And because of this, the mini scamming that politicians come back to swindle everyone, muddle the polity, and then leave everybody confused and, you know, stranded, so to say, yeah, is because right from that grassroots, as they say, is where the grooming start from, is where the greed start from. And the people who make up all these political party excos as they are, they are ordinary people like you and me who end up suffering even worse than so many of you who have no idea how these characters suddenly emerge as the candidates that they wanted to go for. Now, it is the same process as well, right? From the local government level to state to federal and on like that. So whatever you are going for will determine how much you would have to cough out. People who want to come and serve people. People who want to come and, ask for a job. I need this job to be your rep so that I can bring development to you. Now, if you trust me that I could do the job based on my own track record and the rest, right? You should even be supporting me or sponsoring me. That's what political system, are all over the world, except in Nigeria. You know what I mean? So you will see people collecting the bribe. Whoever pay more, will become your candidate eventually. Or whoever who's a godfather has more money to pay on your behalf. Now, this is how they have captured the system. When they captured, when they captured the system through the nomination process, that is going to beat your chest for them, have no clue. Now, this whole taxation, capture, and the rest of that are the set of people who are going to then come out to make laws on crime, to make laws on corruption, to make laws on, abuse of power, of course, they will never make laws that is going to put them in jail. And if they ever make those laws, they will never execute them to take them to put them in jail. Would they? No, they won't. So if you want to be a state governor, they will tell you point blank, you need 5 billion naira to be a state governor. Guess who are those who are going to take the chunk of that money? Party excos, national this, national that, and on like that. You are not in the picture. None of you. Whatever they write in the book, whatever they post out there, whatever they are promising, you are not in the picture. None of them is in their minds. So now tell me, if I am working for real, working hard for my money, right? How do you think I should feel giving such money to jobless people, to people who have no real, I don't know how to put that. I want to say no real vision for anything to say, any development or any growth or progress, just themselves using that same system. And in Nigeria, Kosamo, but it is the same. Abi, how do you think I'll feel to give somebody my money and then jobless people? They call them party leaders, our party leaders, thieves, right? Millions of naira. And then you, in your own wise mind, you would expect somebody like me who paid that 5 billion naira to crooks and criminals, to now come in and not milk the system as much as possible. Now, that's an example of that. People destroying people. They had a chance, 16 years, a chance to put Nigeria probably on the path that would never have led us to this way. But remember, greed, selfishness, self-centeredness brought them to this stage. And it is so sad that those who witnessed that and eventually living through the result of this APC, a product of PDP as well, people, this APC, they are also product of people destroying people as well. And somebody like that, today, having lived that through all of that, will still hope and stand up and say, he believes in Atifku. He believes in Nigeria through these rogues and criminals. Good enough, this is coming out. Not that it's going to change anything, because if you understand how Nigeria works very well, right? The slaves loves their chains. And when people don't know that they are in chains, how do you then convince them to take those chains off? So they choose and prefer their thieves differently. That is a fact. Yeah? But the question is, like, using your own kind of free mind, using your logical mind. The characters who failed for 16 years, they regrouped. They haven't even had a chance of being back. The same trait is back. No thanks to Werewike, who did the expose. 120 million naira refunded by these people who have done absolute fuck all, like nothing other than they are party leaders in Nigeria. You haven't questioned that. It is your system. They say you need money. Money for who? Money to give to criminals. And then the rest of you that they are giving the peanuts. You are ready right now to slaughter yourselves like you are planning to do in Lagos tomorrow. 5 people returned 120 million. And they have, they have about a 40 national working committee, I think. So multiply 28 million by nearly 40 people that they probably gave the money to. And then you have the answer to what your future will be like in Nigeria in the hands of these rogues, right? The other one is this, so somehow, it is like the ghost of End SARS hasn't stopped haunting Lagos. You know, if you ask me, what could be this obsession of Tifnumbu's, Batidiot, and the rest of them about people gathering in Lagos? Is there something that is unclear or something? I don't know. I mean, there is an obsession. When the young people gathered 2 years ago to protest against police brutality across Nigeria and across the world, Lagos kind of stood out. More like the motivation for people to continue to speak up, to continue to mobilize, to continue to, demand that as at the time, the motivation was coming from Lagos. The way they were so organized. You know what I mean? They had ambulances on the side for whoever kind of gets injured for any reasons. They have them there. They had the trucks filled with, water, juice, and all that stuff. Food. They had people who volunteered to be security. They were maintaining, orderliness and all that for 22 days. And every day, the protest kept expanding, kept growing and growing worldwide. And that didn't go down well with the owners of Lagos for some reason. I remember, it was, in 2012, during the subsidy protests in Nigeria, the motivation for this subsidy protest was coming from Lagos. Artists, radio presenters, TV, everywhere. Media gave so much coverage at the time. And I think, it's because of the cosmopolitan estate of Lagos historically, that it is easier to have almost everyone from every part of Nigeria assembled together on a common cause in Lagos, because there's no single part of Nigeria that doesn't have anybody in Lagos. You know that traditionally. But what I figured out is that there can be protests, there can be rallies, there can be gatherings in Lagos, but they must be the ones sanctioned, organized by Tifnumbu directly or by proxy. Anything away from that is a threat to Tifnumbu. I don't know why. Maybe it's just an obsession. They killed people, and the ghosts of those they killed have failed to leave. Now, the ghost of those they killed during the NSAS protests in Lagos, in Port Harcourt, in Abia, in Enugu, those they killed in Ibadan, Oshun, Abeokuta, Akure, everywhere. Those they killed in Kano, Sokoto, everywhere. Their ghosts are kind of roaming. And in a way, gathering of any young people is considered a real threat, if you ask me. The Yorubas. Who are Yorubas? Oh? Yoruba from Yoruba land. They called out for a rally, not protest, or rally. Oh, we are going to have our mega rally in Lagos. And we invite everyone. Oh, it's going to be the biggest. Oh, it's going to be 1 million man. It's going to be 2 million. It's going to be 3 million. And all hell let loose. Because of that, you know the story. It is so unfortunate, by the way, because the Olori Brukus who supported this Tifnubu and gang for shooting at the Yorubas who were to rally in Lagos last year. The Olori Bruku Omo list Tifun Lawrence Alapama shares because of Tifnumbu, who mocked and laughed at their own brothers and sisters, including aged men and women, who eventually showed up in Lagos that day. The Olori Bruku Omo list who laughed at them then because of Tifnumbu. Today, they are now jumping on MaiyegunDiary Politico. Maiyegun, tell us about Yoruba Nation. My friend, every day now, you are talking about our criminal leaders. Talk about Yoruba Nation. We know you are not interested. That is why we are telling you more about the other dangers that your foolishness is still keeping for you. You will get there. It's a matter of time. Yorubas gathered in Lagos. Yoruba. And it wasn't a protest. It's a rally. They sent killers to Igbo's house. They killed 2 people there. They were meant to kill Igbo as well, remember? Because they didn't succeed in killing him. This Olori Bruku Omo Ali, Lagos Abobakus, they were asking, why didn't he disappear? Why didn't he fight? Why didn't he control guns? Because they wanted him dead, so that there would be no one that will ever be a threat to Tifnumbu's selfish ambition. And these Olori Brukus are here now. And they will ask, why does my friend talk about Yoruba Nation? As if to say they are interested. Don't worry. There is something called, we see that they collabo. I want to say it in Yoruba. Ebi Loma Shoro for Leyin. Is a matter of time. So we saw that, how could the gathering of Yorubas be a threat to Tifnumbu? You know, they will tell you, they don't control police, they don't control this, they don't control that. Of course, they don't control them. But if they always need them for against their own people, of course, they control them. That is why they have been calling. Today is 30th of September. Tomorrow is the 1st of October. The obedient, they said they are going to meet in Lagos. 1 million man march. Omonaso, PTSD kicked in. There is nothing I haven't read. There is no threat I haven't seen. But you know the whole thing, is now changing from NSAS. If you have been following the Tifnumbu social media bandits, Facebook adsmen, if you have been following them, now, the same way, they said enemies of Tifnumbu, enemy of Nigeria, they were those sponsoring the Yoruba sovereign nation advocacy. Therefore, if you see anybody with Yoruba Nation, shoot them. All these useless people who told you that we need Yoruba Nation because of Tifnumbu. This time around, they are not saying that anybody is sponsoring DOB. You know, they said NSAS people bombed Lagos, which is not true. We have the real story. We have those who burned down Lagos. And we know those who sponsor them. We know their names. We know their faces. The tribal bigots have now turned your obedient rally to end SARS protests. But today, it is no longer end SARS protest. They are now saying it is IPOB protests in Lagos. Therefore, the Nigerian police have now said there will be no protests in Lagos tomorrow. Nobody say they don't know waiting, then they talk. Now you just want the shalaye. If you think, it's not a protest now, it's a rally. Shebi is politics now. It's your political campaign now. How can we not gather? Of course, they know it's a political campaign. They know it's a rally. But in Lagos, you have woken up PTSD. The PTSD of the ghosts of those they killed that are not going away. And they just need just one single reason to shoot you again. And as it be so, the police have now started what they call the show of force. Let me show you something. The police were at Lekki toll gate because they don't want any sort of a procession or whatever around the place. Are you with me? So be careful before you come around. They have those that dressed in this combat gear, and they have those who are ready as well to shoot aside as long as they are ordered to do that. So just showing you what it's going to look like if you end up having to be out tomorrow. And I kind of I've seen the obedient themselves, right, turning this into a positive thing. They said, well, we are not protesting to start with. We are rallying. And it is going to take place in 4 different locations in Lagos. So, Lekki and their roots. There is also Ikeja. I think, what's it called? Ikeja and their roots. Yeah? There is also I think there's also First Stack or something, I know. Yeah, First Stack and their roots. So as it be, the Lagos Abobakus initially organized a counter rally for Tifnumbu. So their own rally, they call it 5 million man march. That if them born any obedient to come out tomorrow, they will show them. So the bottom line now is, it is going to be a show time in Lagos tomorrow. One of the obedient was talking to me in my inbox earlier today, and he said, he was sending me some clips and all that. Some of them that I can't really share in a way. He actually knows I won't share that, and he's probably watching me right now. He said, you know what, Maiyegun, in Lagos, let the police come out as they are coming. What they are doing is that, in fact, it makes them feel safe in the hands of the Lagos Abobakus, who are ready, who are ready to attack as many people as possible. And then, as usual, they will then blame it on you and say it was done by the obedient. Right? You know me, I'm a diary. And somehow, I am watching like an Igbo. An Igbo that is keeping the record of all that is happening. And enough that you can go back and possibly just follow this again and say, oh, I want to know what happened day by day, because tomorrow is going to be heavy. There will be so many coverage around that. And traditionally, any rally that doesn't have Tifnumbu's blessing is like a declaration of war. More or less like you want to intentionally bruise his ego, is oversized, heel, sick ego. And this is something that they feel like is unforgivable. So there are many of them that if they have their way, like they did in 2019, like something like this, tomorrow will just look like this. Gele, remove the ballot box and see the characters that are in this clip just for a minute or a sec. So, just like I said, just take off the ballot box, smashing, burning, and the rest of that, okay? And just the characters you see there. There's no junction that you're going to pass that you won't see them. So, it later made sense. But the only sense here this doesn't really make to me is that in that same Lagos, where whenever the owners, because there are also, what do you call it? The owners of Lagos who are like the Mozu for Lagos. Whenever they are like exchanging their usual gunfight or any street fight at all, even the police in Lagos, they always let them have their day. If you probably don't remember what it was like in 2020, when they organized the mass killings of protesters at the time, well, tomorrow is going to be a big day, I would say. So the Nigerian police are saying that your gathering is a protest, and the obedient are saying that our gathering is just a rally. You've had your rallies everywhere. And one of the things that the Lagos Abobakus are saying, because they are shit scared of what it is going to be like if all these your threats that you want to press the neck of the owners of Lagos, the Lagos landlord, that you want to, what have you with Tifnumbu, that if your threat is should come to pass, I mean, that's something that they can't really settle with. So one of the things they are now saying is that because they are not tagging you, Labour Party rally. This is where the, tribal bigotry and all that stuff is going to come in. Tomorrow's rally is not tagged Labour Party rally or rally for Peter Obi or what have you by the Lagos Abobakus who are baying for blood because violence is theirs as well, right? Tomorrow's rally is being tagged IPOB rally. I know some of you are Yorubas as well, Lagosians and all of you who are part of OB and all that, according to your fellow Yoruba brothers and sisters, okay, you are IPOB. And according to them, IPOB want to break Nigeria. So if you want to do your protest, you should go and do it in Anambra. Now, you see this message that I just gave to you now, not mine. This is the message they are sending to people on WhatsApp for tomorrow's event. You know, tomorrow Nigeria will be 62. So they are telling people in Yoruba on WhatsApp that the Igbos who want to break Nigeria, they are coming to do rally to do protest in Lagos. This is how dirty, how deadly, and how dangerous these people are. And I'll keep reminding you that this is happening because we are in Nigeria. Okay? That is why. Although there are reasonable people, and these reasonable people are actually in majority, but it is so unfortunate that the last 22 years of democracy in Nigeria hasn't in any way breed or build united country. Politicians who have had their chances, majority of them, they have fed on what you can call tribal, regional, religious sentiments. And they have people who listen to them. It has made so many people to stay away, from this whole thing, enough that the worst of Nigeria are now those who are now governing Nigeria. So, regionally, from everywhere, it is mostly tribal, religious, ethnic. And time like this is always meant to show to you how divided Nigeria is and how hypocritical an average Nigerian is. And that's why I said from the beginning that if we are all being honest with ourselves, being honest, sincerely speaking, we can tell ourselves that we have no future together. Not because you don't want it. Not because maybe, okay. I believe that we don't have any future together. And then I'm going to say, I don't want it because I know that we don't have any together at all with the way Nigeria is currently formed, okay? But let's say some of you actually believe that the future will be great. Nigeria is going to be great once again. There's going to be sincere patriotism. There's going to be sincere commitment. Corruption will be a thing of the past. And all those things that you dream about to have a better country and all that stuff, right? Let's assume that you want Nigeria to be better. But these rogues, do they want Nigeria to be better? Do they? 23 years of them lying to all of us, telling us to endure it. Now we know better. Because if there's anything that the either social media or Bokwari APC, if there's anything that they have, this combination have managed to do to the people of Nigeria in the last 7 years, is that it has managed to keep people awake and alive to what is going on around them. People are now more sensitive of what is going on around them, even though these voices are here and there, not really together yet, but people are more aware of what is going on around them. Now, you can lie to them, of course you can, but the numbers of those who are falling for the lies are thinning up and thinning up and thinning up day by day, simply because the characters in Nigeria will continue to disappoint you. They will continue to fail you, and you will continue to question why do you continue to believe them. Now, it has gotten to a stage that more and more people are now finding answers to why they don't believe them anymore. Now, as it has come to a stage where so many as well are now believing that, not that we don't believe what they are saying anymore. We don't even believe in what they have told us before. They are now questioning what that future is. To so many, there is none. So not because you don't want it, it's because they don't want it. And over time, they thrive on, what do you call it? They thrive on the religious, the tribal, the ethnic cards. You know it. I know it. And those cards continue to walk, wander, and blood continue to be drawn for the sake of these rogues. So tomorrow, the narrative we should indeed actually be sharing is this. And I've actually shared that many times on this platform as well. There is a big question on that statement or on that line, one Nigeria. A big question. And when you begin to unravel it, unraveling it, yeah, you will discover that there is no word like that. There's nothing like that. And that could have been something that you could at least hold on to say, are we not one again? So many of you do ask that questions, like, are we not one again? Are we not supposed to be one again? You know why you're asking that question? Because the happenings around you are telling you otherwise, that no, this doesn't look like one Nigeria. No. I don't think we are one. That's why you're asking questions. Do you get that? And because of this, the people who the people who push us to this stage are also saying that this one Nigeria that doesn't exist is non-negotiable. Let me give you an instance. Right now, if you see anybody that is supporting Tifnumbu, I'm giving you this data based on the everyday gauge of the engagement of these people and everyone all over the place. If you see an average supporter of Tifnumbu that is a Yoruba man or woman, 80% of them, right? They believe that entrusting Nigeria into the hands of an Igbo man is going to break up Nigeria. At the same time, they will keep their mouths sealed when Nigeria is killing the Biafrans because Nigeria doesn't want them to go. The same people, okay, who will say for Nigeria to survive as one, don't trust an Igbo man. And this mentality is so evident. And I'm a Yoruba man, and I'm saying this to you, free of charge. And you see this 80% who believe this, they can't even explain it to you. Let me break it down again. Nigeria is supposed to be one, right? But there is this Igbo phobia, that kind of always come to play whenever you are pretending to be choosing a leader for one country. It is evidence, you know that. Now, that Igbo phobia is a strong card, right, that you can play among non-Igbos, whether Yoruba, Hausa, Fula, any non-Igbos. It is a card that sells so well. And the only time that this card sells so well is during their elections, when they will tell themselves, you cannot trust them, but you cannot let them go. Okay? But somehow, something is different this time around. You have Atifku, a Fulani man from Jada, Jaga, wherever, from Adamawa. You have a Yoruba man from, Amoda Ogunlere, a.k.a. Bola Tinubu from Iragbiji, Osun State, a core Yoruba, supposedly. Then you have another man from Anambra, a core Igbo man. They are supposed to be, all of them should be Nigerians, Abi. But out of Atifku, out of it's between the three of them, and the four of them, even five. You have Showore is a Yoruba man. You have Atifku, a Fulani man. You have Tifnumbu, a Yoruba man. You have Kwakwanso, an Hausa Fulani man. Now, for all these four, right, non-Igbos, when they talk about them in the context of Nigeria. Oh, Atifku is Atifku is a thief. Oh, Atifku is this or that. Atifku, in the context of what Nigeria. When they talk about Tifnumbu, they talk about him in the context of Nigeria, which, when I say Nigeria, which include the Biafra land. But this Igbo man, amongst them, when they have to tell the rest of non-Igbos, they have to remind them, he's an Igbo man in your one Nigeria. Tell me if that is not real or true right now. Tell me if you don't have that sentiment as I described it right now. They want to break away. Now they are now campaigning for Obi. Meanwhile, you have your brothers, you have your sisters who are doing the same thing in the north, in Yoruba land, in Fula, everywhere. You see them. They are doing the same thing. Campaigning for Obi. But it will not sell well if you don't use that sentiment of is an Igbo man and this is Nigeria. They want to leave, but we won't let them go. But when we want to rule, we want to rule them as well. Can you please help me to make that, put it this way, help me make that to make sense. Does that not defeat one Nigeria? Has that not defeated the same thing? Now, that's exactly what is playing out now. So if you look around you, tomorrow's rally is not Peter Obi rally. It's not Labour Party rally. In your one Nigeria, they are telling themselves it is IPOB rally. In that same one Nigeria. So when I say Nigeria, should you by any means be offended? Is Nigeria not a lie? Are you not lying to yourselves? Is what I just said now not true? Can you make that make sense? So that's where I got my theory. My theory of one Nigeria is not real. When you stop lying to yourselves, then we can start talking. Do you get that? All of this wouldn't have necessary. In fact, we probably could have easily have this healthy competition among us or among ourselves. Just same way we had this healthy competition among ourselves in the 60s, late 50s and early 60s. And these were the period that we saw true, genuine commitment of citizens to their own development and their future, where they invested in not just what the system will give to them. That was the time. After that, it's become, everything became turn by turn Nigeria Limited. So you hated yourselves, but you're lying to yourselves. Nigeria is a great country. Nigeria is going to be, the Igbo, this BIPOB don't want Nigeria to be great. They call Nigeria zoo. Nigeria is this or that. And for the first time in your lifetime, you found an Igbo man, that even made your own brother to abandon Tifnumbu in your lifetime. And the bigotry in you, which you have been living since the day of your fathers and your mothers, and the day of their own fathers and their mothers, you are going to die in that same Nigeria, without having to unbond yourself from that contraption. It is a divided place. And you are working so hard to make that division permanent. So tomorrow, they are gangling up because according to them, they must save Lagos State from Igbos. Don't pretend that you don't know, because you are already calling your own brothers and sisters in Yoruba land. You are already calling them Omoale. Omoale because of Tifnumbu that is resting in London.
So the big elephant in the room of a question: where is your presidential candidate Bola Ahmed Tinubu?
Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is in London.
What's he doing in London?
Exactly. What's he doing in London? He cannot rest in Lagos. They will not let him rest. So he came into Abuja most of the time. they will still not let him rest. This man has been working for an average of 20 hours in the 24 hours in each day. So reasonable people thought, okay, you need to leave this country because they will not let you rest. The campaign is coming soon. You will not even have any time. So as to have proper...
So you're saying the campaign is coming soon. The campaign has started.
Yeah, it has started.
You would have thought he'd taken his break before the campaign.
Well, that is the issue. We thought he could take the break by coming to Abuja, but they're not letting him take the break. And as I speak with you, the issue of today that is being made a big issue with, the invitation for the peace accord came after he has left the country. Even the deputy, his running mate, Senator Kashim Shettima, was not in town. He had to leave what he was doing in Maiduguri and rush down to Lagos today. So these are things that people need to understand. He's not...
Well, if Kashim Shettima could have come
because
down,
he's in the country.
Perhaps Tinubu himself.
There's a difference. One is in London, one is in Maiduguri. Let's get this.
This isn't it? You cannot defend APC and not sound stupid or foolish. You can manufacture lie. That will show you the trait of a regular APC. Tifnumbu built Lagos. Tifnumbu created Lagos for 6 days. On the 7th day, he traveled down to London to go and get rest. Somebody said the only thing Tifnumbu forgot to build in Lagos was probably healthcare. He built everything, he gave you life and all that, but he forgot to build healthcare. So he's in London getting access to that same healthcare, so to say. But talking about Omoali, 23 years of being part of Nigeria. 23 years, ladies and gentlemen. And you can go to Yoruba land right now, you'll think that they just came out of a war zone. You can go to any part of Nigeria right now, you just be like, oh my God. But when you see the characters who have had a chance or a shot at making your lives different, right? Or making a change to your lives, you realize that majority of them are even doing better. Okay? So if you check it in my book, I'm going to tell you that if you are looking for Omoalis, the fools, you shouldn't look further. They are the people you are defending. It's just that you have been contaminated. You have been corrupted as well. You are a product of that system. And it's going to take a lot of cleansing to get you back to normal. So tomorrow and the day beyond and on and on and on after that, it's going to be a day of serious face-off here and there. So for those of you who are following the saga of a PDP, people destroying people, it just makes it look like Wiki has finally punctured their tire of mobilization as we speak. But they don't die easily. According to them, is it not just about money? Forget that. You're still going to hear more as their charade progresses. So then that took us back to this one. If you remember, in the book of those who have abandoned PDP, abandoned the APC, PDP, and to them, they have found light somewhere else. PDP is just like this. Pick them up. So as for me, I have left this on tonight. So tomorrow is another day, which means that we will follow them, bomber to bomber. As those clips start coming up, we'll share them and all that. I'm pleading with you, for those of you who have committed to this, just be careful. You see those guys in Lagos, they are like Omo Joba. in a way that, though you have said that if you have the number, they will dare not try to stop you. And at the same time, you are going to have to overstretch them tomorrow with all the locations and all that. But last, me, I am seeing the ingredient of a revolution. When these people finally try to clamp on you and all of that, you don't get the license of, the ingredient of the revolution that will eventually have to wipe everybody off the plate of Nigeria, possibly give us a new beginning. The one that some of you are trying hard to run away from. If you want Nigeria to be better, if you want real future for yourself and your own children or your children, right? The way the Nigeria is currently structured or put together, will never guarantee you of that. Every day you live, that system is a threat to you. It's a threat to your life. It's a threat to your freedom. A threat to your own finance, economical survival and all that. And it's going to be like that from generation to generation. You have no solution to that. The only way is to please tell yourselves this. We have been people, we have been nations before the entire forceful force together of Nigeria. We could be that and we could progress as well. And until you probably reason, this is a cycle. It'll keep going on and on and on. And I wish you all the best for all, with all your choices as well. I'll take a few calls before I go tonight, as usual. Then we'll call it a night without wasting much, without too much ado. So you can still like my broadcast. You can still share it. You can subscribe if you haven't and all that. And Peter, thank you for your own super chat. Don't go anywhere. Just refill the cup. And when I get back, I can take a few calls and we'll call it a night afterward, right? Thank you. Where's that? Okay, that's that. I'll be back. I've got somebody on the line. Hello there, sir. Sorry for keeping you waiting that long. How are you?
Yeah, Maiyegun, good evening.
Good evening. How are you, sir?
Yeah, you can see the picture. It's Olatokunbo speaking.
I've seen that too, Baba. Long time.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, I keep missing your shows, and I was watching later on, but tonight I came home early and I tapped into your show.
Fair enough.
Michael, you remember that I told you that Nigeria's issue has been a religious war for a very long time.
Yes, you did.
And I feel sorry for the country itself as Nigeria. The way it is, Nigeria is a rubber band wound so tight that it has now become the Igbos, the Yorubas, and the Hausas against themselves. Why Maiyegun still rubber band is that bad? Yoruba will die any story by your daily, is that correct?
Yeah, now they don't know what they are playing at. They don't. Some people don't even know what they are playing at. But now here we did.
Let me tell you analysis that I started to talk to my own. I looked at Tinubu is not in the country. Shetima is taking after him. Most so far on Yoruba Nation, Shetima will rule for 8 years if they vote APC in. That's guaranteed. But yeah. Now, if Atiku doesn't get in, the Northerners will vex. Nigeria Daru. Obi doesn't get in, the youth, both in the south, east, southwest, and the north, will vex.
Yes.
Yeah? Tinubu no enter. You know what Tinubu go do? Tinubu will now hold his Lagos, that is gemstone. And it's made the biggest mistake. Maiyegun, the analysis has been on par for too long. And those who have got ears should hear. Those who have got eyes should see.
That's right.
I will keep saying it. It's a religious war. When you drop religion in Africa, you are free.
I mean,
it's a shame that Nigeria with 200 million people.
Too.
Yeah. 200 million people in the country.
Yeah.
Massive market. If you're a pure water seller, new industry, on pure water here, you have 100,000 people don't tap pure water from.
Yeah.
Do the math. You make money.
I'm a millionaire. I'm actually going to be a multimillionaire. No, it's natural to count that. The number speaks.
Most of you are calling me.
Naturally, you are multimillionaire.
Most of you are calling me. Okay, I would rather be in Nigeria now than be in UK here in this cold weather. Well, I don't need it.
So many people don't know
but
that.
Realistically,
so many people don't know that.
And ask myself a question: what does Nigeria do for me as of today? The Nigeria I knew when I was growing up is not that Nigeria I know now. What does Nigeria do for you, Maiyegun, today? You do your own water, you pay for your own healthcare, you pay for your own security, you pay for your own life. What does Nigeria do for you? Now, the analysis that you keep bringing back, and I keep telling people in Nigeria, okay, our diaspora, like I've told you, Nigeria, we are the band aid for Nigeria. 33 to 40 billion dollars on a yearly basis. Moment so, Timbasen Dosi Yana Baba in Nigeria. The fish seller is collecting money from me. The money she collects from me is not Nigeria's money. It is not Nigeria's money. The bricklayer building my house
from that economy. They didn't get it from that system.
God bless you.
It came from elsewhere. Because when you send money to Mama, when you send money to Papa, right, they will give money. They will give money to your sister or somebody living with them to go to the market. The person who is selling palm oil will collect from it. Person who is selling gari will collect from it. Now that person selling gari, after collecting from it, she too will go and pay the school fees of her own children, and that's how the money goes in the economy, like that.
Now, meanwhile, you know what I mean? That money is not worked for in Nigeria.
It's not from Nigeria,
imagine that
exactly.
After Maiyegun has paid his taxes here, the same taxes that pays for your NHS, for the road and your whatever you want to do, NHS, tax for our here. Your national insurance is there. Meanwhile, Maiyegun, what you? They are saving money for your own future pension. So about the 65. Only get 1K, 1K in Nigeria today is 800,000 naira. Bank manager going buy 800K.
I get one man. I have one man. I will keep his name. He's probably watching me right now. Yeah, he's been living in Nigeria now for the past 8 years. Okay, so he worked here. He lived in this country for 33 years. He retired here. Okay.
Wow.
So he lives in Nigeria. So he comes here twice a year, right? Just in case of, he comes here for his medical. Then secondly, to check his info, details of his pension and all of that. Make sure that this man is in Nigeria. That Baba is in Nigeria right now, yeah? The money he's taking in is over 2 million naira from pension. Savings. He worked a very good job, yeah. But he went back home. Now he's telling me that he's feeling like he's probably going to come back here permanently now because he's not feeling comfortable traveling down every now and then.
Now, meanwhile, my go that 2 million to Palution.
Now, lost me to me, but he knows that the hospital will never give him anything. Baba, go on.
Iṣẹ́ tó ṣe ní ìlú ìmí tó wà lọ Naija. Now, meanwhile, let me tell you that 2 million naira that one person is spending, this bastard politicians won't believe me. How do you do that to your own people? What I work.
You sleep so well at night.
Maiyegun, how do àwọn people wọn lè polójú? Ẹ jẹ́ ká yọ jìgá wọn lẹ́sẹ̀ wọn. Come on, rí ẹsẹ̀ dúró mọ́.
Time will tell. We're getting close, Baba.
Stokes.
Thank you so much, Baba.
It's been a long time, but I'm going to bed tonight. Guess what?
Yes,
the first thing about it is that
tell me.
I got to go to work tomorrow. And it's unfortunate I have to go to work tomorrow because on a normal night, if I did Nigeria and you did Nigeria, so okay. Maiyegun, you know what I
mean? Like, I want Maiyegun, what did you do for this weekend? I will drive down.
My darling, let me make a political. After she finds in Chagani, and that might be the she made my phone call back. Why do you think our fathers live longer than we're living now? No, Maiyegun, I will do a start for you, one of your shows, or I'll call you personally.
Yeah.
Look at the start of the young people who are passing away today compared to our parents. The life expectancy of we in the UK is 81 years old. In Nigeria, it's 53 years old. And let me tell you something, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, it was reverse was the case. What happened?
We just need to let people know the ingredients, the reasons that led to that. Because sometimes people just read all this data and they pass them on. But there are things that contribute to all of this. And they're like all these factors. This Nigeria that everybody's saying everything is hard, everything is hard. Don't just say it's hard. Talk about what is really hard.
Let me tell you something.
Yep. That's right. It is well. Nice one.
When I come back from Nigeria, I will tell you my story. Thank you.
Stay safe, Baba. Nice one. So that's Olatokunbo from London, one of the prominent on Maiyegun's Diary Politico. I call them veterans. So thanks so much for stopping by. I have another caller again. Hello.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Oh, hello, sir. Is that Prince?
Yeah, this is Prince.
Prince Jejeman. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Are you?
Well, I'm fine too. Thank you for asking, by the way.
You're welcome, Maiyegun. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
For today's program again. You always hit the nail on the head, you know. You see, Maiyegun, I just want to remind us something on this your diary.
Right.
Especially my Yoruba Nation brothers.
Get closer to that phone or take it off the speaker if it's on speaker, Prince. Somehow your voice is fluctuating. It's going back and forth.
Is it okay now?
I think it should be. Yeah, go on.
Is it okay now?
Yeah, continue. Continue. If I observe it again, I will remind you. Go on.
Okay. So I want to remind us a little bit. You see, during the time of June 12th, Abiola election.
Right.
You see, during that time I was in Lagos. Some of all these Lagos Abubaku, as we used to call them. Some of them were not born then, you know. all my life, most of my life, I spent it in Lagos, over 30 years. Okay, I am reminding us this. You see, during that time of Abiola election, everybody were thinking that Yoruba is going to stand their ground, that this will be the final.
Ozo Abiola. Is that not the time of Ozo Abiola? That the Igbos were rushing back to the east because they felt like if Abiola lost, they were going to blame the Igbos and they were going to attack them. Sadly, Nzeribe goes to court and got an injunction that they should stop counting Abiola's vote. That trigger many Igbos to start packing. I remember, I wasn't too young then. Prince.
Exactly.
It's like we are going to have a replay of that now, by the way, but tell me what you're saying.
You see why I'm reminding us this here, because you see now many Yorubas that understand what is going on, especially those that are following you on this platform, have known that Nigeria has no foundation, and their house without foundation will surely collapse. There's no two ways about it. You see, why I'm referring to this is this, because Igbos, I'm aware that Igbos left in millions, left Lagos. Lagos were completely empty. I remember I never went back to the east. My brother that was staying with them, I told him to stay. Say no, that he's going. They left. I told him, if he didn't stay, I'm going to join the army. That's what I told him. That if anything happens, and he should know that I've joined the army. Okay? So the Lagos was completely empty. When people left, most of the business, you cannot see anything to buy in Lagos. Most of the essential things. So I just want
I am very sorry, by the way, everyone. What happened there is that the system kind of acted up. So the Prince is still on the line. Are you there, Prince Judgeman?
Yeah, I'm there.
Please continue. You're talking about advising our Yoruba brothers of what the politicians might want them to do, and at the same time they should remember. You're saying something. Continue.
Exactly. Trumuna is in London.
He's
in London, and is about to use his campaign selfish election to set Lagos on fire, and the Igbos will be fighting against the Yorubas, which the Igbos and the Yorubas are the people that have a kind of like-mind thinking. They are progressive in their way they do things. Are you getting me?
I'm with you.
Trumbo has put Lagos into bondage for over how many years? Over 22 years. Lagos is in bondage of Trumbo.
Of one man.
Because of him, all little children that are grandchildren were killed at Lekki 2 days. And today now they are trying to use a storm to start up a fight between Igbos and Yorubas. Yorubas should not allow themselves to play into the hand of selfish Tinubu and other politicians, because they are all vampires. They are all terrorists. What they are doing is their actions is the evidence of what is going on in Nigeria today. That nobody is safe now. If you are going, you have to be watching their back. Okay? So I just want to remind them this so that they will know that going after the Igbos, they should remember the Osa Abiola when the Igbo left Lagos completely. Lagos were, in fact, in my street, they were telling me, Judgment, where are you? Don't go. Where are you going? I said, I will not go. Everybody left. It was only me that stayed back. You understand? Because only I had in my mind that I'm going to join the military and I'm going to fight on the side of Yoruba. If it happens to be.
And there are so many Igbos who fought on the side of the Yoruba. Well, I mean, at the time, it was like everybody felt like they were Nigerians at the time when they were fighting for Abiola, by the way. So you can't really pinpoint and say, okay, this is only the Yoruba fight. It wasn't our fight only at the time, but things have changed a lot. And right before our eyes right now, we are witnessing the incubation, right? The breeding of what is likely going to bring back some sad memories of the past as well. So it's good to let them know that those who fail to learn from history, they are bound to repeat same. And we will see. The Prince, thank you so much for tonight, okay? Sorry about that interruption earlier. All right, so I'm going to take another call, okay? Thank you so much.
All right, take care.
Have a good one, yeah. So, sorry about that interruption. Somehow I think my system just like blinked. So I had to like quickly put that back up again. So the line is open for everyone who wants to see one or two things as well. Hello there.
Hello.
Hello,
sir. Maiyegun.
Sir, how are you?
Can you hear me? Yeah. This is Frank from New Jersey.
Frank from New Jersey. Continue, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I just want to throw light on so many things.
Please.
Like, I want Niger. Don't believe I was Yoruba. Don't believe I was Igbo. Tinubu. Dàbí ọ̀rọ̀ wọn dàbí ẹni tí ó fẹ́ lọ sí computer village, ó fẹ́ lọ ra iPhone. Ó wá dé Oṣòdì. Ó kù díẹ̀ kò dé computer village, ó dé Oṣòdì. Hello?
Yeah, Baba, I'm with you. Frankie.
Hello?
Hello, Baba.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
So yeah.
All right.
So ẹni ẹ dé Oṣòdì. Wọ́n polówó iPhone fún. Ìgbà tó ra iPhone, ìgbà tó bá mú délé, kí ló bá ń bẹ̀? Santana. Kí ló jẹ́ Santana? Fufu.
Hi, Santana. Fufu.
Fufu ló rà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ̀rọ̀ wọn ṣe rí. Then another thing is that they are falling for the tricks of the Northerners, which they are playing the ethnicity card. Ẹ ṣáà rí bọ̀bọ̀ tí wá tún rí ìlànà yẹn tó sọ pé àwọn Southerner pé wọ́n support àwọn Northern Christian. Are you listening?
I'm with you, Baba.
Yeah. Do you remember that when the issue of Deborah came up, Port Harcourt from the south, they want to rescue our parents, Deborah.
Yes.
Yeah. None of the northern, even the governor, even Buhari went to Dubai. None of them talk about that thing. And now you now came out openly and be playing a kind of ethnicity card. What kind of rubbish is that?
It is deliberate. So, why are you doing all this nonsense? It will be like they don't know what they are doing. Maybe they didn't even know it's wrong. They are doing them intentionally because somehow we are divided, are we not? So they know we are divided. Okay, so how do we keep them divided? So that those who accept whatever we are offering them, those one can keep us in power. But let's keep them divided. Maybe so that they do intentionally, you know.
Yeah, I think you saw Mustafa yesterday. So you keep Mustafa and myself. That was challenging to that was challenging show. They are all together. They are all. These people are all together. Then again, I don't think Buhari some years back he incited a kind of riot.
Religious riots happened in 2011 now. It's not even that too long. Just 11 years ago.
But people always forget in time. They always forget easily. Tinubu fear, Ọlọ́run ṣe dájọ́ fún. Ló ojú ẹ̀ báyìí, wọ́n máa gba ìkó mọ́ lọ́wọ́. Lójú ẹ̀ tó yẹ pé nísìn.
Maybe pé ó ti wá dìgbà tó yẹ pé bí àti pé them losing in Lagos or something happening that they are no longer in control of Lagos yẹn wọ́n ti sọ nǹkan nù ni Tinubu ti sọ ẹ̀kọ́ like ẹ ti gẹ̀ẹ́sìn. Oh yeah, we'll see.
Ṣé mo nǹkan tó kó bá ni? Doctor ti sọ fún pé this is just a joke. Doctor ti sọ pé kó yé dorí kodò ó lọ dọ̀bálẹ̀ fún ìyá Uzokari.
Oh, they're sharp. That ìdọ̀bálẹ̀ yẹn wà too sharp. Maybe pay is true. It can cause something. We saw the video. How dare you? Why do you lose it? Well, that could be another thing. On a lighter mode.
I just want to
tell exactly. So, Baba, thank you so much, Frankie, for stopping by. So, I have another person on the line as well. Hello there.
Hello.
Oh, hello, sir.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Elder Olaoluwa, is that you?
Yeah, that's me. Bauriko.
Dadanio.
Yeah. Mo wá church lójoojúmọ́ mo wo gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ so ẹ kúṣẹ́
from behind the scenes
mo mú observe mo kàn jókòó sẹ́yìn
so
adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run àwọn family ẹ̀ ń kọ́ àwọn ọmọ ń kọ́ àti ìyàwó ẹ̀
thank you sir
àbọ̀ Ọlọ́run á máa wà lórí gbogbo wa lágbára Ọlọ́run ẹ pẹ̀lẹ́
so yeah àwọn èèyàn wa ń gbọ́ báyìí they can hear you loud and clear as well.
Ben, yes. Sorry, jẹ́ kí n sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ethnicity tribe lálẹ́ ethnicity or whatever. So yín ṣe ń gbọ́ mi dáadáa.
Loud and clear.
You know. Sorry, ọ̀rọ̀ ethnicity tàbí tribe ní Nàìjíríà, you see, a ti gbé èbùkà. So ti yín sìn, a ti gbé èbùkà means a ti gbé iṣu ẹ̀bọ̀n jẹ́ pé ní èbù kéèyàn gé iṣu kó gbé ó máa hù ní so ti ẹ̀yìn sìn so now it won't end so it won't end because if you look at it from 1966 when the Nigerian people through their arrogancy, laziness, lack of visions, lack of visionary,
short-sightedness.
That's right. They destroy the arrangement. They now bring unitary system. You remember, Maiyegun, when the British hand over to us, you understand? Because Yoruba talk anything about mobito timbo, kole mobito law. Okay? If you don't know where you are coming from, you can never know where you are going in life. Now, if you look at it, when the British hand over to us, the 1951 Constitution, the British hand over to us. I will not want them. Say you cannot run these multi-ethnic nations under unitary system. That country if you remember, that time the British authority in Nigeria at that time, that guy refused. Okay, they run it, then they run into trouble until when they remove all of them and bring another set of people. Now, before the British left, they now give us a constitution that look federal in nature. Say, okay, you people that understand yourself, that your culture resemble, go and manage your life the way you want. All right? But out of arrogancy, laziness, lack of visionary in 1966, the military took over, headed by Aguiyi-Ironsi. Okay? When Aguiyi-Ironsi took over, the first thing he did was that he abolished the regionalism system. Okay? And bringing
from again.
That's right. And bringing profits. Okay? I don't want to go into their story. The Awusa Fulani came later. Okay? That they leverage on it and immediately go one came. What does he do? He abolished provisions and then creates states straight away. You know this worry, that worry, Muritala, you know the worry, Muritala, that worry. The man ruled for only 6 months. He is the head of the first coup in Nigeria. Maiyegun, the question you will need to ask yourself is this. How come Muritala ruled Nigeria for only 6 months? And they name all the edifices in Nigeria on his name. Because he's a big terrorist himself. All right? And this Obasanjo said, oh no, I will no. This Obasanjo, God Almighty will never forgive Obasanjo for the atrocity he committed. Because you know these people, they are rogue. Obasanjo is number 1 rogue in Nigeria. Okay? I'm a Yoruba man. You understand? I hope I'm not a kid anymore. I'm now 58. So obviously, Nigeria is older than me than 2 years. I've seen a lot. Now, for me not to prolong the matter, go back to the ethnicity we are talking about. Yeah. They now, you know, this since 1966, they continue perfecting this unitary system. Okay? Now, when it comes to 1999, they now perfect it to the whatever. Let me tell you something tonight. I will say it on television. I will say this one on television. Okay? Now, you know this 1999 constitutions, I was very close to the people. In fact, I was very close to the idea. I will say it here. Okay? Everything that will happen will happen. Now, what happened is this. Maiyegun, ask yourself a question. Before they bring this way, that do peace accord yesterday, what they call him, Absalam. Okay? Absalam is an island boy. So Jeradia, Adisa, Onarewa, all of them. Okay? They knew Abacha has a terminal problem. He's going to die. The coup of 1998 or 1997 is not coup.
They call it
it's just a way. Yeah, it's not a coup. Maiyegun, let me tell you something. Jeradia was at my sister. One of my cousin marriage. You understand? The person said that they arrested for coup. He was going to Abuja the following day or Monday. They arrested for coup.
Right.
Somebody that is doing coup is an illegal party in Lagos yesterday. How can that one happen? It's a lie. And the question you will need to ask yourself is this: when they arrested them for that coup, okay? Jeradia has a question. What's the question the man has them? When you look around, he said, where is Gerald Bamaji? Okay? Where is Bashir Magashi? This Magashi that is Minister of Defense Buhari now. No. Okay? Where is him? And where is all these Awusa's officers? Why is it only Yoruba? All the Yoruba general you arrested is just because of these 1993 constitutions. Okay, so that, you need to keep them in prison.
Okay, let me make our people understand what you are trying to tell us there now.
Okay,
remind us of. If I understand you too, right?
Okay,
is that there's so much conspiracy that goes into 1999 constitution, starting from those who are close to Abacha, who knows that Abacha has terminal illness. And if Abacha should die, automatically Dia will be president anyway.
It's going to be Dia.
They have to set him up. Prepare for, prepare Abdul Salami for the tax ahead.
Yes.
So that whatever that happen, it will be the one to perfect that fraudulent 1999 constitution we are witnessing today.
That is what they did.
Right.
That's right. That's what they did. Now, and then Maiyegun, you know when you are talking before, I was trying to fault you. You see, let me tell you something. You know, we are making serious mistake in Nigeria.
Okay.
We are making serious mistake. Until when we can correct that mistake, then our life could be better.
And
now,
what is that mistake?
That mistake is this. Now, if I said I'm a Yoruba man, if you say you are a Yoruba man in a national matter in Nigeria, they will crucify you or crucify me for that. That man says he's an Igbo man. Who born, for example, now, all these people that is contending for presidency in Nigeria now, you understand, Atiku, Tinubu, Obi, none of them cannot talk about their people. You understand? It's about Nigeria that is not existing. Okay? So now the truth of the matter is this.
Man, the identity of I'm a Yoruba man, identity of I'm a Hausa man doesn't play at their national, so you just have to pretend and say,
oh yes. And that is what Awolowo told them. Say, I will be a Yoruba man first. Before I can be a good Nigerian. I will be a good Yoruba man first. I can be a good Nigerian. You understand? So now, even they are making us in Nigeria now, Maiyegun, whenever these rogues are talking, they are now rewriting the history. There's nothing like Igbo land in
nothing happened by accident. Most of those things that happen.
Yeah, there's nothing like Igbo land in Nigeria anymore. There's nothing like Yoruba land anymore. There's no Benin land. There's no Ijaw land. Everything is just southwest, southeast. They are rewriting the history very fast. This is dangerous.
Yes, sir. You know what somebody told me? Somebody said that those who are trying to sell restructuring, before we bust them, you know, that restructuring right now is not that popular anymore. Even when you ask the politicians to explain what they mean by restructuring, they just blab around it. Nothing.
Maiyegun, please. Maiyegun, please.
Wait,
okay, carry on.
You know, people say that the Nigeria has been restructured by the Northern.
Yes.
They created states. No Yoruba man or Igbo man created state in Nigeria. Okay? They created local governments. No Yoruba man or Igbo man created local government in Nigeria. They created them. So they segmented who should get state or who should not get state. Now they manage to partition people from their people by the name of creating states. For example, people who are from Kogi and the people from Ondo or people from Ekiti and all of those areas who share borders together like that, they get caught up in so many other states deliberately. Because of how the Fulani,
that's right. Maiyegun, wait. Yes, you are right. Okay. Maiyegun, wait. You know me now. I will say I'm from Ibadan, isn't it?
Right.
Okay. Hello. I will say I'm an Ibadan man.
Yeah.
Do you know the village? Do you know the village I went to my primary school? You understand? The village I went to my primary school is just 10 miles to Ijebu. In fact, the market that we go to every 5 days is Ijebu market. They don't demarcate it. If I want to go, I'm an Ibadan man. If I want to go to Ibadan from my village, it's around 24 miles. So Ijebu is just around 9 miles to 10 miles. And then if you walk about from my school to the boundary of Ogun State, where we go to the market, which is Ijebu market, you understand? It's just about 2 miles. So where I am, so these people are rogues.
So
and I told you, these guys they are dangerous and they are wicked.
And they succeeded
because for example now, because they are wicked. Because if you can see them,
sir, you know what they call the divide and rule,
That's right.
If you want to understand what is called divide and rule, just look at Nigeria state by state.
Yes.
Today, somebody who is from Imo State, is disagreeing with somebody from Enugu State on who should be Biafran, who should not be Biafran. Meanwhile, they say, hey, I beg, go. Don't bring your this thing, come Imo State.
That's right.
And this was saying, I beg, don't come to Anambra. Now you Enugu people, hey, don't bring your Yoruba Nation to, hang on now, don't bring it to Ogun State. Now you are your people. Hey, don't bring your Yoruba Nation to Osho. Now you the Kwara people. So that divide and rule is it is living with us. Brothers and sisters are denying themselves simply because they want to defend Nigeria. It's real. I agree.
Oh yes. Yes, yes. So now, anybody that is talking about, say somebody is being tribalistic in Nigeria, because the truth of the matter is that it doesn't matter how you put it. You understand? I got two jolly friends in my life, as I have now. You understand?
Yes,
one is an Igbo man and one is an Ibibio man. You understand? I love two of them. You understand? But the truth of the matter is this. You know why we are talking about Yoruba nations? I got one Benin friend, you understand, about 3 days ago. Then he was arguing with me about Yoruba. I said, excuse me, this is why Nigeria is in trouble. You are a Benin man, you are agree, you are a Benin man. You understand? I'm a Yoruba man. What concern you about Yoruba wanted to leave Nigeria? Discuss your own. Okay? So now, what I wanted to emphasize is this. Nobody should continue living under illusions. In fact, if we can start saying this, because all this Oyo State, Ogun State, Kwara State, Benin, Ekiti State, and so on. Me, I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it anymore.
I believe that 100%.
I don't want to say it anymore.
No.
Because it's a lie. You understand? So now, if anybody say you are tribalism or whatever, you are whatever, can you not lost it now? Because why now? Maiyegun, in England, in UK, you understand? Because I've already found out a lot of things from these people. Now, there was a time in Scotland. If you look at the population of this country, you understand? Population of Scottish, maybe around 6 million or 5 million people.
We're just 4.8 million, sir. We don't even reach 5 million.
That's right. Look at the level of autonomy they give them. They have your money, you have everything, and so on.
It didn't come cheap.
That's what I wanted to say. That's what I wanted to say. You know what happened?
And we added that we are fighting Scotland of 4.8 million is fighting England of over 50 million. That's the population of England.
That's right. Over. Yes. You know what happened, Maiyegun? Now, I have English people. They said there was a time when they refused to give Scotland their independence, some autonomy. He said English people went to Scotland. They go to Scotland to go to their pub. They push them out. Don't come to our pub.
No joke.
English people told me.
No, I don't want to talk. See, I wish I could be gisting people about English and Scottish people, or English and Welsh, or English and not Irish people. But I would rather just pick things I could share with people who can relate with ours. About that part, you go to see Fulani versus Hausa. You will think Fulani versus Igbo, or Igbo versus
That's right. But I say Igbo or whatever. The same thing with the Irish.
No joke.
You understand? So now for Nigeria, we never see anything. You understand? And that is why I wanted to say this one now.
Yes,
And the reason why I wanted to say this one now is this. I want to say this one because of the love I have for Igbo people. I wanted to say something. Anybody could crucify me for this.
Quickly,
let Igbo people stop believing. Igbo people believe in one Nigeria than anybody. Let them go back to their own place and start developing their own place. See, you understand? You see, if you know Yoruba people,
for the sake of sincerity,
carry on.
For the sake of sincerity, that statement, is a little bit on his own as well. Is open for discussion. Now, I am going to let you go now. Okay, I want you to listen to me when I say this. Okay, so I can take other calls as well, right? Because of our time. But I'm going to say something. I want you to listen to it. Maybe when you call me next time, you're going to tell me, Maiyegun. That thing you said that day, I want to add to it. But go and listen to me, sir. Thank you so much. But there's something I want to say. Hang on there, my caller. If you can hang on there for me for a minute, please. For a minute. Now, you see, that statement of the Igbos. Now, the first statement of the Igbos believe more in Nigeria than any other tribe in Nigeria is true. Okay? There shouldn't be any offense in that. And I'll tell you, in theory or in practice, there is no any tribe in Nigeria that has invested in Nigeria, like the Igbos. They will live and they will invest in areas, communities, and they will provide services in areas that are lacking them. And they have been like that. Remote areas that the people from those places are living for somewhere better. are areas that Igbos will go to, develop them, develop their market, the economy, and the rest of that. They build community, and that is true. Not all of the tribes in Nigeria actually goes everywhere to invest and stay. No joke, okay? Now, we simply put them at, now when you now say they should go back, don't forget that Nigeria is deliberately planned, okay, to ensure that you see anything development. I'm talking about development according to their own share from what Nigeria is, okay? Their own, what do you call it? When it gets to that Benin, it never pass anymore. You know what I'm saying? And this simply means that people are going to be in areas where their own, what do you call it? Their own trade or what have you, can easily be accessed. Okay. So in this regard, if Nigeria is properly and equally planned, okay, everyone can stay anywhere and prosper. But you know why? Nigeria deliberately stunted the growth of Eastern Nigeria. And you know what I'm saying, yeah, their politicians contributed a lot to it as well, just like our own politicians in the Yoruba land. But don't deny the fact that in 16 years, would you believe that? 16 years of PDP in Nigeria, there was no single tangible, any single development that could indeed attract and create opportunities for the people of Eastern Nigeria. Would you believe that? 16 years of PDP. No international airport, no walking rail line, no seaport, no nothing. Then APC, Egbe came. Now they are now taunting them with second Niger bridge that ordinary cruise ship cannot pass under it. So if you want them to go back, when we say that, the most thing you can give the Biafrans is to let them go. When they leave, they can develop. So that statement of, let's advise all Igbos to go back to where? To a place that they deliberately underdeveloped? Come on, man. I just thought I should have that. Elder Olaoluwa, thank you so much for your time tonight, okay? So, hello there, my caller.
One name, madam. One name.
Osita, is that you?
You know me. You've already said it. Whenever there is a hot issue, that's when I always come.
Osita, you want to add yours too, bye.
Really, I because I was busy with what I was doing. I never wanted to call in, but I just wanted to listen. But the main reason of me calling is to thank you for all you've done anyway.
Thank you for the support as well.
The prayers on your head will never cease.
Amen.
So what I'm trying, why I called right now was because the last caller, the elder, when he called, yeah, because he now said this thing will expatiate, but I just want to add my voice to it as a typical Igbo man that was born, bred, raised, educated right there in Lagos and Ibadan.
The real Omoeko, city boy. You should be joining Tifnumbu and be saying city boy. That's what they expect of you.
No. That man that you're talking about, I know him one-on-one. So I don't.
Right.
Let's not even go.
Just tell us. Yeah. Tell me, please.
Now, on the issue that you said, there's nobody that wants to be a Nigerian more than the Igbo.
No, that's not what I said. I said there is no Nigeria that invested more in Nigeria than the Igbos.
No, not you. It's not you.
Okay,
no, it's not you. I'm talking about the elder our
right.
elder brother. Because believe me, I learned a lot of things from him. He is very, very detailed and detailed. But sometimes too, maybe that's not what you mean, but I just want to expatiate on this.
There are a few things you always disagree with him on. Of course. That's why we are here.
So we cannot agree on everything.
No, we don't have to. No.
Now, when you look at it, if you look at everybody, what is their trade, you will understand that the more reason you have a lot of Igbos in Lagos. Like you pointed out, it has been designed to be like that. Because we are into trade, importation, things like that. Definitely, Lagos is going to be our hub.
Yes.
And anybody likes it or not, it must be
and
our
people keep Osita, people keep saying Lagos, right? There are more Igbos in northern Nigeria than you ever find there.
No.
There's something I even want you to help me add, okay? Apart from them,
I'm going to come to that.
Okay, go on.
I'm going to come into that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, because of we have trade, we are the one that imports, right?
Yeah.
Lagos will surely be our hub.
Mm-hmm.
When you go to the northern part of Nigeria, Kaduna is the main hub of Igbo.
Yeah.
Why? Again, because somebody has to take those goods again.
So the people Kaduna, who need them, God bless you, Osita, trade.
So the people who need them,
trade.
But yes, but that doesn't mean. I am not saying it because I'm an Igbo man.
Right.
If they tell you, make a referendum today, who wants to leave Nigeria? I'm telling you, the Igbos, if they don't score 100%, they will score 99.99%.
And I think that's why they are afraid. Mm-hmm. That's why they are afraid.
And I want to bring to the notion of a lot of people. I'm afraid. I am sorry for Lagos State. The reason I'm afraid I'm sorry for Lagos State, look at that little land space. They are telling us that over 22 to 25 million people are currently residents in Lagos. And a lot of people used to think, oh, Lagos, they say Lagos is a mega city. I am sorry. You need to go to some places in Lagos. Even the highbrow of, what they call it, the Ajah, the Lekki that they talk about. Go and look at it. That thing is a mega slum. I am sorry to say.
Please don't be sorry, Osita. On that, don't be sorry. These guys are holding pride in this filthy thing they've created. They call it master plan, Lagos master plan. You see,
exactly.
They are proud of that shitty master plan. And we see what that has produced.
We see what that has produced. That's the mega slum. So if the distribution of wealth is evenly distributed in the country, if there is a country, if let's say there is a country called Nigeria, it's evenly distributed.
Yeah.
People will be evenly distributed in every part.
As well.
Take, for example, Ogun State is far bigger than Lagos.
Yeah.
What is the population of Ogun State compared to Lagos?
Just a 5.2 or 3 million Ogun State.
Yes. This is the questions you need to ask yourself. So let us take this issue. The only issue I want people to understand is that everybody is sick and tired. Either you disguise, you do anything. Everybody is sick. Both the Hausa man, both even some Fulani men, both even the Easterners and the Westerners.
Yes.
Everybody, the Igbos, they are sick and tired of this thing called Nigeria. This thing called Nigeria.
And they are looking for every opportunity to express that, frustration as well.
And I want to bring, I want to bring this thing to a lot of people, to the notice of a lot of people.
Right.
Maiyegun, I need you to get an Igbo friend. Right. And you ask that Igbo. The only thing you don't see in the eastern part of Nigeria is government presence. But any other thing,
I did my research, Osita. I did my research.
Yes,
and that is why I said, if people know why Nigeria is not working, they will know that deliberately, it is intentional. This is not like happenstance, accident. It is intentional.
And yes. And I want to bring it to the notice of a lot of people, like when they say, oh, because of you are supporting this person, that means you have to leave Lagos. Now you have to leave Lagos. Let me just tell people the truth. If you come to Igbo land, I would not tell you a lie. You will hardly find a mud house in Igbo land. You know why? Because we have the attitude of traveling all the time. If I want to build myself a house in my village, it is under our own discretion. If you have a mud house beside my house, you will trust me. It's either I will give you money to relocate you to go and build you another 2 or 3 bedrooms bungalow, or I will break down your house and I will build you a bungalow.
Up again.
I wouldn't, because I wouldn't want that your mud house to paint negative on my own house that I build.
That's and all that. You know what somebody told me, Osita? You know what somebody told me? Even though when we remember the gory tales sad things that happened during the Nigeria Biafra genocide war at the time. Yeah, somebody said, Maiyegun, one good things that came out of the Nigeria Biafra war was that the Igbos realized that they have nobody but themselves only. That they have to start from scratch. They have to build from nothing. And because they realized that they had nobody, that if you go to Igbo land today, they rebuilt almost everything from scratch, including an international airport, which they have turned to international now anyway. Enugu Airport, where people contributed money. So is it Enugu or Imo? They contributed money.
No, it was Imo.
Imo.
It was my state governor.
Good.
They called him whipping governors at that time.
People in their different communities, villagers, farmers, traders, they contributed money to build the first airport in Eastern Nigeria. That's how much somebody told me. Said, if we remove all the gory stuff about it, well, we can say the war that happened then gave the Igbos the opportunity to really know who they are and where they belong in this Nigeria. And I believe him. And that's why they said today, you will barely see any mud house or any, community, decayed infrastructure in a way, in so many places in Eastern Nigeria. And I've got some pictures too. Osita.
Yes. So let me, in that particular note that you made mention of the Civil War, I will tell you that was one of the reasons my dad, when he moved to Lagos in 1973, my dad was happy with the people of Lagos. With the people of Lagos, the Yorubas in question. You know why? If I tell you that before the war, my dad has about 5 buildings right there in Politico. And you know we lost all those buildings.
I heard the story about those who lost their properties.
But my uncle, my mother's elder brother, who has a house in Ijesha.
In Ijesha.
That house was, yes, Ijesha, in Lagos.
In Lagos.
That house was returned back. Yes, that house was returned back to him by the Yoruba. My brother, what am I trying to tell you? Sometimes your problem starts right from home. It's not even from anywhere. The whole of it was seized by the people of the river. They seized it all. What we got for those 5 houses, yes, what we got for those 5 houses is 350,000 naira for those 5 houses.
As compensation for losing them.
As compensation. So what am I trying to tell you? The structure, what is called Nigeria, the foundation is one thing that is wrong. And that foundation now is not only the foundation, like I used to tell people anymore. We have crossed from that foundation now, which is the Constitution. Even if you rearrange that Constitution, there's already a discord between ethnicity.
No, there is not going to be any new constitution without everybody agreeing to it in the first place. Let's start from there. You know what I mean? And that means there must be some terms and conditions they all agree to before they can even say, oh yeah, Abi?
Yeah, the only thing
and that's why they don't want to have that chat. They don't want to have that conversation.
Yes, the only thing you will put to that constitution, the only thing you're going to put to that constitution that will make people to relax and listen is when they put that issue of referendum there. If they put it there, then tomorrow
anybody can leave if you want to leave.
You walk out. You walk out. But as it is now, I don't want to be playing games because I don't want to be saying, oh, these people like this. We are all suffering from the same syndrome right now.
I swear.
So why are we pretending? Why are we pretending? We are suffering the same thing. We shouldn't be pretending about it.
Thank you so much, Osita.
This thing is not working.
It is not.
Thank you very much,
God bless you, my brother.
Right,
as usual. I love Osita, by the way. And I have another person on the line, too. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Hello, sir. Who's Ahmed? Is that you? No.
Ahmed.
Oh, is that you?
Ahmed.
How are you? Baoni. Nice one. I'm fine. I'm here. We are almost rounding up now. So yeah. So
yeah, true now.
Add to it.
I see. Make I add my own.
Okay, as usual.
About the Igbo stuff. Like what Elder Olalua said. You know, me as a person, growing up in the north.
Yep.
Maiyegun, I no go lie you. When we dey grow up, if they say Inyamure, Inyamuri, we dey look them say, na devil them be. Their kind lifestyle, make sense. I'm not gonna lie to you, Maiyegun.
As kids, so you were raised to see them that way.
Yes.
Did they even explain it to you why you should see them that way? Could you remember anything you were told? Why?
The only thing is they caused the Biafra war.
Right. So they would just say, they are the ones who caused the war. Oh, they are the ones who caused the war. Oh, Musa, the Biafrans are the ones who kill your papa for war. So they managed to spread that.
Yeah, and do you know what they have put in the head of the Northerners?
Yeah.
They will say, I susuka kashe manyan mu na arewa. Susuka kashe su tafa balewa. Meaning, na them kill the leaders
of Arewa.
For North of Arewa. So those things have been in our head. Me, I started thanking my dad. Later, Timothy, see a lot of things that I started like thanking my dad. He was just so eating.
You keep it to the English because of our follower, Ahmed.
Okay.
Yeah, because some people are interested.
I would say, I would say thank you to my dad for what he has done, because my dad really tried. We would have thrown our language away because in our house we speak Hausa. We communicate in Hausa with our mom. All my siblings, my brother and sisters, we communicate in Hausa because most of the people, I'm living in the middle. I was born and brought up in the middle, the center of where houses are. That was where I was brought up. And the kind of mindset, when I started seeing a lot of things, when I left that country, that was when I started realizing, actually I've been in the darkness for all this while. They have used your brain. They have used my brain. I don't even know that all those nonsense they have cooked up and put in my brain
by grown-ups.
Seriously,
grown-up people.
I'm telling you,
feeding children with those things, and they are still doing it till tomorrow.
You see, I could remember. I'm not a kid. I could remember Igba Zongo Kata, 92 or 93. Igba Zongo Kata. Jaja Zongo Kata.
Right.
You just one pa. You know the way Toshimanja and you say poverty better from AD. If they start from language, this language, Igbo, Kinikon, before you know, they started going through the shop of the Igbo people. They will start burning their shops, stealing, looting their stuff.
Chasing them, burning things down, and the rest of that.
Yes, looking for ways to kill them. Don't go cut up happened. I'm not a kid then. I
all
can
of
remember.
These are true the
when me and my
indoctrination of this kind of thing.
Yes.
And there are millions of children who grew up like yourself.
Maiyegun, right? I could remember when we was coming with my dad. Then my dad had this 504. This car 504. We was coming with my dad. When we was entering my area, they wanted to rush the car. Immediately they saw my dad's car. Some people, some other people were like, it's been a long time, but I could remember some actions then that they had to sit on my dad's car. They escorted my dad up to our house, not because of anything, because one no Muslimini. Some people wanted to put that language stuff in it, no, but they somehow took it away. Like they didn't really, because he's a Muslim. They just scared that part. They brought us home. They led us all the way till we got home. That one went. Around the fight of Sharia, that one too. More remember then I knew holiday in school. I told you, I schooled in AMS area. Yes. The way we used to come back, if we are coming back, we just bust outside, come on the road in Zaria. From there, we just board car that is going to Kaduna. We don't pay. I'm the word t-shirt, I'm camouflage, we carry our bags. They know these boys are out of school. They're going, we don't pay. We come back home. And they, Yoruba reality everywhere, scatter, before everywhere, but Ijabere. Do you know that the Igbos in my area, the Igbos, the Katas, the Zongo, Kafanchan people, all those Southern Kaduna,
and they would just start looking for them, like just like that.
Most of them, because Ilewa area, most of them we have to house like after Ilewa. Thank God, I told you this before. Thank God, my mom just came back. So this mom know about travel. Woman big guy, so Toba big guy, woman we found in your area. So we housed a lot of people. My mom has a provision, so we housed a lot of people. We were feeding them for almost a week.
Because of the crisis.
Because of the crisis.
And because of Sharia. We want Sharia.
Yes.
We don't want Sharia. We want Sharia. Then they started killing people. And when you say people,
and
they started killing Igbos and anybody they can find inside.
Go inside the town. If you go to Katsina Road in Kaduna, Katsina Road, Uriapata, Zaria Road. Anybody who knows Kaduna will know this place I'm saying. Sabon Tesha. Before in Kidunwada. All those places you see me calling, those places, they are occupied by Igbo. But where the Igbo now based now, they went back to Sabon Tesha, Barnawa, Narai, all those places. Because they have chased them out. You see some of them, they are in the central market. This Sheikh Abubakar Gumi College in Kaduna, Sheikh Abubakar Gumi Market in Kaduna. Most of them are now coming from Sabo to the market. They will now go back. Before, most of them are inside the town. But because of all those crises, they now have
in
one
the
place,
Nigeria,
one place.
Baba. See, Ahmed.
And you come back, you say, Igbos are your problem. Igbos think, Igbos that. And I used to talk to all my outside friends. If Igbo cannot rule you, think about it. Why not let them go?
Why not let them go?
What about if you just let them go? You don't want to.
You will never have to worry about them again, ever.
So what is your problem? Is that not munafrici? There is something we call munafrici. Munafiki. Munafrici in Hausa. I told her, I say, one number munafrici bani in ba za ku bari su tafi ba, ba za ku bari su shugabanci ba. Amma wai ku kuna son ai ba maganan wani Nigeria, ku kun sani ba maganan wani Nigeria. Ko bar su je su yi abun su, arewa su yi abun su, yarbawa su yi abun su, ba ɗaya muke ba, zuwan turawa ne suka haɗa mu. We became one, and that is nonsense. It will never take us anywhere.
No.
Maiyegun, I will stop at
God bless you, Hamid. It's good to hear from you again, Baba. You're wonderful. I am going to take another one before we call it tonight. Hello there.
Oh, hello, Maiyegun.
Hello, sir. Baba, how are you?
No, I'm cool, man. How about you, my brother?
Alive and surviving. Is that Larry?
Yes, sir.
Larry.
I just want to put a little bit on. Yeah. Don't mind me for yesterday, man. I just want to have my own little thing,
Larry
man.
being Larry and Larry. So it's just you, Baba.
Yeah.
So you're back.
Yeah. Yes, sir. I mean, what I see about Nigeria's problem is the foundation of Nigeria, the whole cement, the gravel, the sand, and the whole block that, the foundation of Nigeria itself is being built with and by oppression. Oppression.
They can't mix the concrete with the blood and sweat of the poor. I just thought I should add that ingredient too.
Yes, sir. God bless you. With the blood and the sweat of the masses, the poor ones. And it's so, and it's so it's painful that when you see everything going on, this same so-called poor and the masses still keep fighting for their oppressors.
Sadly.
To keep oppressing them. And when you keep looking at everything, you look at the trend from back in the days, nothing has changed, and nothing will ever change.
No.
And why is it like that? The reason is because they keep telling us, believe in Nigeria, pray for Nigeria. You know,
but the people telling us to do that, Larry, the people telling us to do that, yeah, they are the same people destroying Nigeria. So is it not your fault if you believe them? Or is it not their fault for believing them? Baba, have you not thought about
my brother, religion is a very big tool to make you stupid.
Well, that's another angle.
Okay? So when they bring in religion, just like Ahmed said right now, you know, he said, you know, what saved him was, you know, the fact that they were Muslim.
Yeah.
You get it?
That's right.
They wanted to bring in the tribe thing, but
that could have killed them. Tribe thing would have killed them. But religions kind of spared them. I get you, Baba.
Yeah. You get it. So religion and being everybody. See, let me tell you the truth.
Yeah.
The truth is, it's so bitter. The truth is, we are all tribalistic in Nigeria.
Why
are we so tribalistic in Nigeria? We love our tribes.
Yes, we do. And they are telling us to not love our tribe. We should love Nigeria that we can't even define. So that now has created problem.
Exactly.
So some people will tell you they love Nigeria, but what they actually tell you is that they love their tribe more than anyone else. And that's their own kind of definition of loving Nigeria. Okay? Now, that is a problem.
So, you know, yeah. You know, when we look at the whole thing, Nigeria and Nigerians are, you know, we are funny in nature, and I mean, whatever it is that we're going to say about our people.
Are we funny or just hypocrites? Are we funny, Larry, or just hypocrites?
Yeah,
we never admit
we are
to our hypocrisy.
We are hypocrites. Yes, of course. Good. And the kind of religion we practice in Nigeria, we are so prejudiced to the other religion
as well.
You understand?
That's right.
Too much. The Christians will say, "Oh, we are holier than these people." The Muslims will say, "We are holier than these people." The Balaye people will just be like, I mean, the traditionalists.
They will just be laughing at everybody and say, "Okay." If you say
yes,
so.
And who is more holy? Is it you that is being, you know, you are being prejudiced to your brother just because he is a Muslim, or you that you are being prejudiced to your sister just because she's a Christian, or you that you said, well, let's see where it's gonna, where it's gonna head.
You that says
when you guys
do good, okay, just treat everybody right, and then may everybody just get judged by their own actions. So
exactly.
You won't have your peace, people saying that you won't have your peace, because which side you won't go, heaven or what's it they call it, Alijana? Because those two. You know what I mean? So it's all complicated. That's why I prefer that if there's a way that we can let people think without adding religion to the side of the thought, probably we could make.
I swear to God, we're gonna make headway.
A lot of headways.
We are going to make headway.
If they can just let
the progress is going to be rapid.
But that's a problem that we are.
The progress is going to be rapid.
It's a pandemic that we don't know how we are going to control it. But here we are.
It's a sad one, and just for laughs, I met the one happy they want to happy but I want to the Gilano. Parachute money just for laughs. Money just for laughs.
No, let me tell you something. See, they talk say right. Ahmed trained with American. I should have asked him before you came on that. Ahmed, did you see that video yesterday where soldiers they fall like Popo?
Àwọn ìyá mi òṣòròǹgà ló sọ kò lù wọ́n. Wọ́n kàn ń jábọ́ pòpò. Wèrè yẹn lọ jábọ́ lu mọ́tò pàà wèrè. Àwọn aṣèrè tí wọ́n tẹ̀lé dáadáa sí.
Ó dà pọ́n sí ya. Àbí how you wan take control parachute wey be say they don tear?
Bàbá dem ló kọ́lẹ̀ better training. Ti Amẹ́ríkà dem ló kọ́lẹ̀ ṣé àwọn yẹn ṣé àwọn Boko Haram tó yẹ pé wọ́n kọ̀ kó wọn síbẹ̀ àwọn náà fẹ́ ṣe pé àwọn ní style. Ó mọ̀ pọ́n ti pa gbogbo àwọn èèyàn tó lọ́pọlọ nínú àmì ni. Wọ́n ti pa gbogbo àwọn tó lọ́pọlọ àwọn òpònú ló kù ń bẹ. Orí yìí tó ń gbé sí custom ni tó ń yípo lẹ́ẹ̀mẹ́wàá bí iṣẹ́ àbábà. tó ń ṣe tó ń salute bí salute bẹ̀rẹ̀ salute tẹ́lẹ̀ tí wọ́n sọ pé àlàyé àdìkò dúró sí bíjà rẹ̀ yìí ló kọ̀ yí kó bí sí àbábà yìí dúró sójú kan kò yẹ tó kí ló wọ́ọ̀rì ẹ̀ àwọn fẹ́ wà disgrace wà ní ẹ bó ṣe rí nìyẹn. So àwọn tó lọ́pọlọ wọ́n ti gbé wọn kó nínú military wọ́n dẹ̀ ti fi àwọn wèrè pè síbẹ̀ kò jẹ́ ṣẹ́jọ́ àwọn òyìnbó yìí ló fún ọ ní info yẹn pé ẹ̀yin ẹ dìbọn mú ẹ jẹ́ káwọn Igbo kí wọ́n di trade mú ẹ jẹ́ káwọn Yorùbá kí wọ́n di education wọn mú ẹ wá wẹ́n tó máa kàn tó last. ẹ tó níbọn ló lágbára lọ́wọ́ ṣé ìgbà ẹ tó níbọn ló gbálágbára ó mọ ní irin tútù tó yẹ pé tí wọ́n kọ́ máa wò pé àwèrè ọ̀gbẹ́ni márùn ọ̀tá kan ni wọ́n bulẹ̀ fún wọ́n bulẹ̀.
Hey Larry, sit down. Say Akilo mean. What do you mean that I should sit down? Money go sit down. Say what do you mean I should sit down? Show joking. Alaye show normal. I should sit down. That's right.
Ìwé tó ká máa bá fún bọ̀.
Now why is like Larry? No, sorry. I wasn't arguing with you. No, I wasn't. I wanted to sit down. I wanted to know where. She here or on the floor.
Wọ́n ló máa tún sọ fún wọn pé ṣénu ìgbẹ́ yẹn ni kí n tó kó dàbí gíní. Bọ̀ ẹ tó lógún lọ́wọ́ nìkan ló máa sọ fún pé ọ̀gbẹ́ni tó kó síbẹ̀ yẹn tó máa ní níbo ló ti ń bọ̀. Because oògùn tó ní lọ́wọ́ dá lójú ní pé tó bá ṣe wèrè tí bá nù ẹ̀ ń bá tẹ̀ yàrá yẹ̀ wá sáré lọ sí Niger Bridge lọ mú omi oníjà fún ìjà ẹ̀ àbó ń ṣe àti wà á ti bún ẹ̀. Yóò dá ètò bá lẹ́yìn ìbọn ẹ̀ gan ìbọn ẹ̀ tún níyìn ìyẹn tún gọ́. So iṣẹ́ ṣe la gba ọ bàbá.
Tó ní àwọn kìnìyàn tó láwọn sáyẹ́ǹsì ẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ ó yẹ kó ti every time to display wọn fún wa.
Baba, make I no lie you. Na religion collect am for many people and now. Nígbà tí wọ́n bá ń jẹ́ Ifágbèmí tó lọ ń data yìí tó ń lọ sí ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì kínní tó wá di níbo ni Ifágbèmí lọ́sọ̀ọ́ náà ìdílé onífà ló ti wà ọwọ́ lọ ń di kínní.
Because you know one thing, maybe èmi máa wò pé kó má lọ jẹ́ pé like we have watched too much Yoruba movies anyway. Because sometimes I just feel like imagine we have somebody like that Abija in Yoruba land in real life.
Baba Abija wàrà ló ń kéèké yẹn tó máa gbá ogbó agbárí ẹ̀ pátá tó máa sọ.
Èmi ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa kí ló ti ń pè àdán tó ń gbá research and just like àdán o.
Wàá ṣeré bàbá wàá ṣeré.
Ní terrorist ní bí báyìí o.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni lọ bẹ̀.
Kádán dẹ̀ gbé wá. Kábíjà dẹ̀ sọ fún ọ pé ya gbogbo ẹ̀yin Fúlàní ẹ gbọ́ mi tàbí wèrè ní tèkútélé. Àsùpárá ẹni tí kì í jà.
Bàbá má jẹ́ ń parọ́ fún ẹ ó sì wà. Bàbá má jẹ́ ń parọ́ fún ẹ ó sì wà. Gbà bẹ́ẹ̀ bí sọ fún ẹ ó sì wà. Bọ̀dù kan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ni pé sórí àwọn oníṣẹ̀ṣe yẹn wọ́n fẹ́ kí àyẹn jẹ wá dáadáa kábàlẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ìṣẹ̀ṣe làgbà kí wọ́n tó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá rescue. Ṣé àlá lórí wa ti dàrú ni?
Lẹ́rì. No, they put.
Baba, mo ò mú tẹ lórí wàláì. You know why? Baba. No, mo ò mú tẹ lórí tẹ. Ọlọ́run wàláì.
Make people do am now. Ṣé you get bọ?
Baba. You know wetin dey happen? Baba, make I tell you one thing. Tí o bá sì sí ilé ayé, tí a bá sì ní kíní ilé ayé, Ìgbòho ò ní sí ilé ayé by now. Ìgbòho á ti kú dànù. A sì ní o, àwọn tó kàn ní ò pọ̀ ní o. Bọ̀ láyé àtijọ́ àwọn tó ní pọ̀ difference ẹnìyẹn o. Mélòó láwọn èèyàn tó jẹ́ pé àwọn ọmọ wọn ti jẹ́ kí wọ́n kú wọ́n ti gbé gbogbo sáyẹ́ǹsì yẹn wọ́n ti gbé lọ sínú ilẹ̀ ńlẹ̀ wọ́n ti gbé lọ sọ́run padà. Àwọn ọmọ wọn Ifágbèmí ó ti lọ bá Pastor Suleiman tó ń fọ̀dí oníjìkiri. Kò tí yẹn ń sìn. So àwọn ọmọ wọn ti jẹ́ kí bàbá wọn gbé padà sọ́run. So díẹ̀díẹ̀ tó kù àwọn yẹn náà wò pé ó wà precious fáwọn. Meanwhile kéde yìí náà èmi lè má kọsẹ̀ dára tán kó di pé kínní èmi lè yẹ pé ó lè yẹ pé àkáǹtì màmẹ́ àti bàbá ẹ̀ lórí tó wọn lọ́kọ̀ máa wò pé kò farabalẹ̀ dúró kí bàbá ẹ̀ kọ ní nǹkan tó wà ní àkáǹtì yẹn.
You know what people told me, Larry, you know what people told me about us, the Yoruba losing all those things, They said that our forefathers, when they had all those things, they were not selfish or use them or interested in using them to make personal gain or wealth. Most of those things are just there. Like when you do research, science, and you put it in a place and say,